Hello and welcome back to the MODUS Super Series here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. By the close of play tonight, we will have our completed lineup for tomorrow's finals night. Before we preview Group B though, let's remind ourselves of how things unfolded at the conclusion of Group C. Here's Henry with the highlights.
Well, it was great to have John Part in action this week at the MODUS Super Series. He departed the scene on Friday, 4 points to his name in Group C. As for Danny Smith, he managed to roll a spoiler and he ended the hopes in the end of Kieran Tian to progress his way through to finals night. More on that in just a second, because there was a 4-horse race to progress their way into the finals. Pete Burgoyne was chief among them, but he finished 4th, 10 points to his name. He couldn't quite follow up a strong Thursday showing with some good Friday throwing. As for Kieran Tian, he was in the race up until the very last. He needed to win his last match against Danny Smith and hope for favours elsewhere. He lost that game to Smith, and it meant this man here in your picture now, David Wodzucki, made his way through to finals night. He was top of the table after the first day's play. He came through in second because it's this man here, Tony Wood, who won through in the end, plus 16 on the legs difference, 14 points to his name, and some blockbuster finishes, just like this 1-4-1. We'll see him and his funky shirts in tomorrow night's finals.
Yeah, I hope you've got one of your funky shirts ready for tomorrow night to match Tony Wood. But some superb performances from him. Under enormous pressure as well, he was able to deliver today. Yeah,
he was rock solid, wasn't he? He had a couple of little moments, but overall, and all week, to be honest, he's certainly raised his game from the last time he was here. He's a lot more solid, a lot more confident, and looks a lot more likely. And it showed there with that lovely 1-4-1. He's a lovely thrower, nice and measured. He makes sure with every dart, very much like Matt Clark.
Yeah, let's have confirmation of the final stand-ins in Group C. Then another word on Tony Wood. Really impressive the way that he constantly had a look at the table, seeing where he was at, assessing the situation. And even when things weren't going right for him yesterday, he said he was feeling really fatigued. The way he was able to still turn up and grind out victories, really impressive heading into finals night.
Yeah, anybody who's got a higher leg difference than points achieved, you've got to show a bit of respect for, because that shows you that when he is winning, he's winning big, and he did that today. He only dropped a couple of legs across 3 matches, and David Wodzucki as well, fair play. For me, the best 2 players in the group qualified.
Yeah, let's have a look at the bracket slide then. Confirmation, of course, Adam Hunt, the first player through to finals night. He topped the Group A table on Wednesday. Do you think out of the 3 players through, Adam Hunt will be thinking, I've got more than a fair chance here?
Yeah, I think ultimately he has the scoring power. And then you probably look at someone like Tony Wood and think, he's the finisher, where Wodzucki's somewhere in the middle, isn't he? He can score heavy and finish well, but then can also go a little bit off the ball. But when he's on his game, he plays with such a good rhythm, and he's very confident. Listen, he made the quarterfinal of the Challenge Tour just last weekend, so he's coming into this confident in his showing.
Yeah, let's have a look at some of the numbers from Group C then. What catches your eye when you have a look at that? Of course, that high checkout of 1-4-1, the one from Wood, really, really crucial as well, and that highest winning average from Wodzucki in there.
Yeah, well, I think his average was a little bit higher than that, to be honest. I'm not sure that's right. Yeah, but 2 1-4-1s in the session, that's probably the highlight. Lowest leg of the session was a 12, and when you look at that checkout rate, that's the lowest of the week, and that just shows you the pressure of going into the final day of qualifying, hence the average below 80 for the day.
Yeah, and that would have been dragged down somewhat by those darts that Kieran Tian missed at double in his final match. Yeah, 23 darts missed at the outer ring in that one. But let's turn our attentions then to Group B. Let's have a little look at some of the betting odds for this one. Lee Budgen out on top. Would you say that's a little bit of a surprise just because of his performance levels yesterday?
Yeah, I think that's more to do with the fact that he topped the table. He won 3 of his 4 games, won 3 on the spin, albeit with a lower performance than we expected, because at times he does look a top player. didn't play his best, but sometimes that's a sign of a good player who doesn't play the best but still finds a way to win, and that's the kind of attitude you've got to have in this type of environment.
Yeah, and of course, the last time we saw him here at the Super Series, he topped the Group A table to qualify for finals night. Didn't work out for him, though. Lost his 2 group games on finals night. One of those defeats, of course, to Falon Sherrock, who he'll be playing a little bit later on. Let's have a look at Aces Acker for tonight, then. Your picks. Talk us through your treble that returns almost 6-1.
Yeah, Lipscombe and Borland. Player 1A is Lipscombe to have at least one. He hit a fair few last night, and I think 3 in one match. Budgen against Borland, handicap Benton, Budgen minus 1.5, and West versus Sherrock, total legs over 5.5 because they went 7 legs. And one of my tips yesterday on Sporty Stuff was that match to have over 2.5 180s because I thought it was going to go 7 legs. Went 7 legs, not a single 180.
Yeah, many of the matches last night went 4-3, didn't they? 2 deciders. Let's have a look at the table then at the halfway point. Do you expect more tight encounters this evening?
Yeah, I think someone's going to come out of the pack, whether it's Willie, whether it's Falon, maybe Adam, could well be Steve West, or Lee Budgen could hold on. But our final game of that session yesterday was of course the only defeat for Lee Budgen to Steve West, and they play first tonight, so that's a big 4-pointer, wasn't it?
Yeah, Willie coming out of the pack. Good job. It's after the watershed, eh? Let's get the action underway then. Our first match of the night. Let's hand over to Henry Deacon.
Thanks, Abby. And how am I supposed to follow that? Well, we've got 10 fantastic matches for you this evening here at the MODUS Super Series as we see the final 3 places confirmed into tomorrow night's final. It is Steve West is in a good position alongside this man, Lee Budgen. The first game of the evening could well prove pivotal if they are to join Adam Hunt, Tony Wood and David Wodzucki into the finals here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It's a sort of night where you can't discredit or discount anyone. They are all in the mix. They've all got their chance, but they all need to put on a push if they are to progress through to Pompey's premier darting night here on Saturday evening at the Live Lounge. Well, Steve West has been with us since Monday morning. He'll be hoping to be doing the full 6 days.
Steve to throw first.
Joining us this evening. Fresh from Newcastle. Why, it's Owen Binks.
And that's dedication to the cause. Drove from Newcastle today. Nearly 7 hours. Gets to the house. Gets his head down for 2 hours. Shower up in the venue. On the microphone. Love it. Team player.
26.
They made Steve the favourite for this one. 8-11 before the off. Lee Budgen, even money, despite Lee being the favourite to win the group, of course, because he currently tops it by 2 points.
45.
I think he'd be the first to admit he got away with it a couple of times yesterday. But of course, this is
121.
Almost elimination darts now, isn't it, Henry?
Well, every single player's got a chance, but every single player has still got to do something tonight to progress their way into tomorrow evening's showpiece finale. Yeah,
and I think that the first player to get that winning mentality and string a couple of wins together, maybe the player to take over the group and really make a surge. That's what it's going to need.
66. If you require 106.
Any one of the 5 can finish in the top 3. Willie Borland goes through the gears tonight and wins 4 out of 4.
86.
He will be through.
That is what's so compelling about the MODUS Super Series, and especially Group B, because it's that group out of all of them that anything can possibly happen.
And we've seen it happen, haven't we? Many times.
On the first leg.
Twice on Friday, so Steve West leads 1-0. 16 darter, good start to proceedings.
Yeah, setting his stall out, letting Lee know.
Second leg is Lee to throw.
He means business.
$180.
The first 180 of the evening goes to Lee Budgen.
55.
Your mission, if you accept, is to sort that 180 out while I'm away next week.
What, he's going to have to change his 180 call again?
85.
If I don't like it. I like everything else. 85's nice, the 100's nice, the 140's nice, the game shot's nice. Not on the level of 127 and game, but
100.
Because I know Owen will be watching this back, may I say I have not said anything. Yet.
58.
There he is.
looks, well, that was a slow blink. In the cat world, that's a sign of
60.
affection. In Owen's world right now, it's a sign of lack of sleep. I know the feeling, pal.
Well, it could be a sign of affection as well.
60.
Poor Owen, it's leg 2 and we're already onto him.
We'll turn in a minute, pal.
Well, I got it in leg 1 today.
Lever 118.
Well, I have missed you.
I could tell.
How was that cheesecake, by the way?
Oh, it's absolutely delightful.
40. Stevie require 146.
How nice a crew we got here. I have a couple of days off and they bring me in a cheesecake. Will this be a piece of cake? No, a bit more a piece of toast.
Treble 17. He loves double 10.
Lee requires 78.
To hold, and there's pressure. Going to get one dart at tops, and he has to move. That couldn't be any more in the middle.
58.
Yeah, that was always awkward.
Stevie require 54.
And this is for a 2-0 lead and a break of 4. And this is for 2 consecutive legs in the space of 6 visits here for Steve West. Tops is what he wants, and tops is what he finds. This is a really good start from Steve West, averaging 91.09 at this present moment in time. Legs 1 in 16 and 17, and he opens up a 2-0 advantage here against Lee Budgen.
Looking good, Steve West. Throwing with purpose. He was very switched on yesterday. And he was very switched on in his match against Lee Budgen. He averaged 91.67 to win that one last night. Around about
76.
20 past 1 in the morning.
$60.
Lee himself averaged 79.33 in that one. Despite it in 3 180s, he was actually reduced to just
100.
2 darts and a double in the whole match. And that average was brought down by a couple of missed doubles towards the back end of the game.
100.
Both in.
140.
Adam Lipscombe will be in action up next against Willie Borland, and I know that a huge member of his fan club will be tuning in
60.
this evening. I know the Wicker Mill pub in Portchester will be packed out to the rafters to see him in action.
97. Stevie Rock 156.
West here, 156 for a 3-0 lead. Not going to go this time, and so Budgen has the opportunity to obtain a break back and to bring the game back on foe at 2-1. If he can convert this 88. 18 and bull. Brucey bonus, double 7.
74. Stevie require 111.
Well, we had Nelson here last week.
Can Steve add this to his column?
Murph would have been pleased with that one, pal.
55. They require 14. Game show on the third leg.
Budgen will be just as pleased with that. There is no budging Budgen as he brings it back to 2-1.
Yeah, it's the break back.
Fourth leg, it's Lee to throw first.
Got a game on our hands. He will need another break to win this match, of course, as Steve West has the throw tonight. It was Budgen who had the throw last night, so all the ties are reversed. Hence, last night, well, in the early hours of the morning, is
60.
first on this evening.
What you mean is they played earlier on today?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Feels just like a few hours ago.
99. $180.
That's 180 apiece.
This for a reply.
171.
Well, that was risky. The final dart should have been at the ball, but matters not when you can hit all three. Oh, look at this. You could have put them on a pinhead.
They were 138.
For the middle of a polo mint. And this is mint from Steve West.
Could have got about 6 in the middle of a polo mint. They were so tightly grouped.
106. Stevie require 81.
Possible. 11 darter here. 12 and ball. Oh, chase the treble. Paid the price.
32. They require 32.
He went for the chaser, and it didn't work out for him.
Game shot.
And he's been chased down by Budgen, who's turned around a 2-0 deficit to level up at 2 apiece.
Despite the back-to-back.
If they get Steve to throw first.
180s.
Game on.
From Steve West.
$81.
For the off, they had Steve West at 4-6.
54.
Budgen 11-10. You can get similar odds in our next match. Adam Lipscombe 11-10 chance against Willie Borland, who is the 4-6 favourite with the odds compilers.
140.
We'll see the Queen of the Palace in action. Falon Sherrock in game 3 when he takes on, when she takes on Lee Budgen. That'll be his second match of the night.
84.
Why is there the opportunity? We must send our congratulations to Leonard Gates for winning the golden ticket qualifier. Well, he won that qualifier by hitting plenty of them because he was absolutely magnificent in qualifying his way through to face the power. Now that is going to be some box office attraction in Blackpool tomorrow.
Stevie require 100.
Yeah, he was stunning, especially in one particular match where he hit 3 13 darters and 2 15s for a 5-0 win and a 108.9 average.
Be a great addition to that tournament in more than one way.
137. Stevie required 40.
Well, Steve West has been a great addition to us for many, many reasons, including great darts like that. That's a 13 darter. His legs won in 16, 17 and 13. Been a quality contest. The average is on your screen now. 94.74, 91.26. 4 maximums in this match, split 3-1 in West's favour. And in terms of the doubling percentage, well, he can't knock him.
Yeah, back-to-back 13s in legs 4 and 5. One for Lee.
100.
And that one in leg 5, the West. Some scoring this one, isn't it? A little bit special.
84.
A little bit chalk and cheese compared to what we saw a little bit earlier on this morning. I think a lot of players who perhaps had long weeks and just a little bit of tiredness crept in, but with every single player in contention, you're going to see some quality darts tonight as West smacks in his 4th max of the match.
100.
Well, this tie produced 6 when they met late last night.
$140.
Backs the max up with a 140 some leg. There's Tum 180, 140.
123. Stevie require 81. $41. They require 136.
Budgen is going to have to produce a blockbuster finish. It's not going to happen, so Steve West will be back to win this tie 4-2.
58.
And go
Stevie require 40.
top of the table.
Tops is what he wants. Now double 10. Chasing up for fives.
35.
And that's the first 3 darts he has missed at a double in this match, and they have all been to win it. And so Budgen returns. He's going to have 2 in his hand at double 12 to send us all the way to a decider. And that is exactly what he does.
Budgen.
The story of last night has quickly transpired to become the story of tonight.
7th and final
Games going the distance.
Game on.
He rode his luck last night. He rode his luck there.
100.
For a spell there, he was getting played off the board, but a fabulous 78 from Budgen. Right under pressure.
100.
If Steve West goes on to lose this match,
85.
he'll be absolutely livid the position that he's put himself in.
Yeah. Up against a very good version of Lee Budgen as well.
60.
Yeah, last night Budgen averaged 84.42, 71.50, 86.21, and 79.33, and won 3 out of 4. Averaging 89.14 here. In terms of performance level, this is the best we've seen from him.
What a setup. What a time. And it's another great leg for West, who again has left himself on tops after 12 to win the match. But can this time, can he convert it? Can he find the points? Can he put himself top? He's going to get that wriggle room, that luxury of time
40.
as he takes aim at that tops. There's still a 4-3 win. All 10. And in it goes. And Steve West looks north when it comes to the league table in Group B, because he is the man who is sat at the perch now as he gets the better of Lee Budgen by 4 legs to 3. And have a look at that for the match stats, the match card as far as Steve West is concerned. A 96 average, 4 maximums, 44% on the doubles. The only doubles he missed in that match was to win the match. Lee Budgen, an 87 average, 3 legs for him, but ultimately defeat. He stays on 6 points, but the legs difference now moves on to -1. We're going to take a short break. Upon our return, we're going to see Adam Lipscombe in action. He takes on the man who sits bottom of the table, but still very much in contention in Willie Borland, and that's coming up next.
Adam Lipscombe and Willie Borland, our second match of the night. It's Adam who took the points in this fixture yesterday with a 4-2 victory, a 96 average in that one. Really impressive from him. 57% checkout success, and of course that high finish of 164 to complete a 12-dart leg. You feel this is a must-win for Willie, though. May said he could be the one to move up the table today, but you feel he's going to need to put down a bit of a marker here, especially given the signs of frustration that were creeping into his game on the first day of Group B action. Of course, he was the favourite to top the group with the bookies before a dart had been thrown yesterday. He has produced the highest average we've seen so far this week, of course, a 105.47 against Kieran Tian on Wednesday. Can he get anywhere near that level here to haul himself into the race for finals night? Here's Mason H to talk you through game 2.
Thanks, Abby. Yeah, these two met in the penultimate game of the session last night, and statistically it was Willie Borland's best performance. But he walked in to the session's best performance from Adam Lipscombe, who won 4-2 with a 96.07 average and 4 out of 7 on the doubles, including the 164. Abby mentioned it was a very tidy performance, but yeah,
36.
For Willie to find a way of coming through this group, this for me
49.
is a must-win game early, because you'll feel like you've just been separated if he goes down here.
58.
Well, he will know if he's going to get through tonight, the minimum requirement is 3 out of 4. If you lose your first one, then you are effectively playing
30.
knockout darts right from the get-go. You leave yourself absolutely no wiggle room whatsoever.
140.
But if there's anyone that can come out swinging from this scenario, it is probably Borland.
Yeah, well, we've seen an example of where his ceiling is this week, and it was great to see that average in excess 58. Of 105. Should have filled him with lots of confidence, but he's had to take
60.
A few knocks this week.
$77.
105 coming on day 3 of Group A. It was a 4-0 win against Kieran Tian, who averaged over 90 himself and only got 1 dart at a double. Willie averaged 105.47. It's 4 out of 6 on the doubles. Absolutely deadly.
63. Willie record 148. $98. Adam, you record 164.
Darting deja vu. Not this time.
88 left, yeah.
Just confirmation on what he's
92
remaining.
Will he require 50?
Binks doing a sterling job just to confirm to Adam what he has remaining. He can't tell the players here to go, but he can tell him what's been scored and what is left.
Yep, well within the rules. Tops for Adam.
Game shot on the first leg. Adam Lipscombe.
To the frustration of Willie Borland.
Second leg is Willie to throw first.
Paid the price for missing the big 18 there, didn't he?
Well, I've knocked Owen down already tonight. I'm going to build him back up a little bit here. And one of the best traits of him as a referee is the clarity within his calls. He's very clear and concise with the players. Have you had Owen when you played here? I know you had Marco the first week.
I can't remember.
96.
You'd have to ask him.
$100.
I think it was Charlie.
138.
No, ask me another one.
One of our excellent team referees. Brilliant job by Danny McNamara this week.
170.
This will be a brilliant finish. It won't be the fish finish, though.
98.
I think it will be long before we see Danny McNamara making his debut in the PDC.
121. Will he require 72?
Charlie going that route, of course, making his debut last night.
32. Adam,
Premier League, all very proud of him. sort of watched his progression, haven't we, over the last few years?
110. Will he require 40?
I think Adam fancied that. Does Willie
Game
fancy
shot the
tops?
second leg. Willie Borland.
He lost the opener after leaving 50 and hitting a 4 and only reducing himself to 1 dart at a double.
Filling
Could
it's
be
Adam to
2-0
throw
up here.
first.
But 1
Game on.
apiece, 2 holds.
$140.
I feel like this time round, Adam has settled into Super Series life. I think the first couple of times, I think there's just a little bit of nerves there. He's been wanting this opportunity for a long time, being local to the area. He knows it was something that was on the radar quite early on, and now he's had the opportunity. He's tried to take as much as he can, but I think the relaxation with it this time around, having had the experience on the stage, is now being to his benefit. And that is why we give players that second opportunity on this stage, because first time out, like anything, like any player on a world championship, David, they're not by and large going to produce their best stuff because of what that occasion brings.
Absolutely, it brings its own pressure, which of course in turn affects performance. That's just a given. I think we're seeing the benefit of getting another crack from Tony Wood this week.
132.
Can't finish. 117 left. Trouble 19.
55. And we require 95.
Interesting.
Decided to go aggressive.
76
These short races.
79.
Give yourself a dart regardless.
77.
You don't give yourself a dart, it's the wrong call. When you do, it's the right
37. Adam requires
one. Another
16.
missed dart at a double. Willie Borland, will it be costly again?
Game shot
again,
the third leg.
he last starts him.
Lipscombe.
And this is at the point you just start to think, oh, here we go. Is it not my night?
Fourth leg,
Is
it's
it to
Willie
be
to
or not to be? That is the question. We're not trying to get Shakespearean here at the Super Series.
134.
Mace, Art Val Mace, who shall winneth this matchup?
140.
Good, that, I like that. Brings a bit of class to proceedings.
50.
We're in trouble if I'm the one providing the class. You've seen me in my more
45.
delicate moments.
I'm the kind of guy that drinks cider out of a champagne flute, mate. Don't worry about that.
100.
So big mention to the Wickham Mill pub in Portchester, who will be supporting Adam this evening.
Where in the world is Portchester, mate?
So it's just a little bit further, just beyond the hill, nearby Fareham. It's kind of next adjacent.
Oh, not far away then.
Town to that. Have a decent football team playing the Wessex League. They actually had Brett Pittman on their books, the former AFC Bournemouth
I thought you were going
striker.
to say Brad Pitt.
Yeah, well, that'd be a turn up, wouldn't it?
57. Will he record
Oh,
150?
the movie stars are doing all right at Wrexham.
58.
Won't quite be the Hollywood script if Adam Lipscombe was to go on and win this week, but it would be quite some story for the local man, who I'm sure if he does qualify through to tomorrow night's final, will bring a sizable contingent with him.
Yeah, sure will.
56. Adam, you require 156.
Got that monstrous 164 against Willie last night.
100. Will he require
High finish in this one
36.
so far, 72.
28.
More
Adam, you
missed
require
darts,
56.
a double.
This is for the break. 2 at tops.
36.
But it's now
Will he
Lipscombe's
require
turn
8?
to pass up an opportunity.
Game's
And it's
on the
Borland's
fourth leg.
turn to
Willie
take full
Borland.
advantage. And by hook or by crook, we are level at 2 apiece.
I don't quite know how we've had
Fifth leg,
4
it's Adam to throw
consecutive holds.
first.
As
Game on.
Willie Borland's had at least 1 dart in all of them.
140.
These are the kind of games that are that you lose are a tough
59.
pill to swallow. Especially in this scenario, it's not like it's early stages of Group A where you have
100.
3 days to right the wrongs.
Some response.
180.
Some response.
Smooth as silk, those three. Never in doubt. If I watch that side on, I would have said it was a max, and that was equally as aesthetically pleasing.
Has someone lit up the blue touch
92,
paper?
and they require 81.
That's the second time he's done that tonight, where he's gone 12 for the bull and he's missed the big number.
41. Will he require 170?
Will it matter? Oof. 55 remaining.
90. And he require 40.
Nice guide,
20.
but he cannot
Will he
find a
require
way
80?
towards the double.
This
That's
is
now
massive.
2 from 11.
Yeah, this is huge.
60. And he require 20.
Fives.
Game
A
shot on the
huge
fifth
passage
leg.
of play in the
Adam
context of
Lipscombe.
that match. And it is Adam Lipscombe who somehow, yet again, finds a hold of flow. I don't know how. I don't know why.
See if it's Willie to
I
throw
just
first.
don't get it, but it's been 5 holds of throw in this match. It's been crazy, it's been chaotic, and it's been sometimes brilliant as
140.
well.
5 legs played. And in all 5,
50.
Willie's had darts at a double. And that is why
60.
he finds himself 3-2 down and not in the players' room, relaxing for his next
59.
match against Steve West.
We've seen 19 missed darts at double in this match.
134. 42. Will he require 167? 59.
Well, it's looking like a 6th consecutive hold of throw.
45. Will he require 108?
Treble leaves double 16, always the danger.
42.
And so 66 for 3-3, and Lipscombe
95. Will he
Can't even
require
apply pressure.
66?
So he's going to get 4 darts in his
30.
hand, and he's going to need another 3 after that miss on the double 18. But at least missing outside, if you're going to elect to go for that, means he will go back for it. But it's one of those
32.
precarious doubles. If
Will he
you
require
leave it
36?
without your opponent on a finish and you go inside, you can leave yourself in a messy situation. A little bit like that. A little bit like
28.
that.
A bit like what he did earlier. But he did come back to find the double 4.
125. Will he require 8? 6.
The
And
gasp
he require 53.
says all you need to know as Lipscombe comes up to the hockey, requiring tots for the
Game
match,
shot on the
getting
match.
tots for the match,
Adam Lipscombe.
and that is a monumental blow to Willie Borland's chances of progression, and you can see the frustration there as he should have put himself set level in this match. It's Lipscombe who's the 4-2 victor in the end, and now that moves him top of the table. We've had 3 different leaders in the space of 2 matches. It is Lipscombe on 6, West on 6, Budgen on 6, 6-6-6. It's a little bit devilish here at the Super Series, where we've got the Queen of the Palace up next, Falon Sherrock, in her first game of the evening as she takes on Lee Budgen. Do join us for that after this short break.
Falon Sherrock, the queen of the comebacks last night, back in action next. Twice came from 3-0 down to win in deciding legs yesterday. And in this fixture against lead Budgen, it looked like she was going to complete another superb comeback win. Trailing 2-0, she reeled off the next 3 legs before Budgen completed a 13-dart break to take the 2 points. Budgen started tonight top of the table and as a result came into the session favourite with the bookies to win the group, but he finds himself still looking for a first win of the night, having lost out in a decider to Steve West last time out. Sherrock, of course, will join Budgen and West on 6 points if she can get the win here. Let's hand back to our commentary team to see whether she can do so.
Thank you very much, Abby. Yes, and the Queen of the Palace will be very happy with what she's seen over those first 2 matches, because a tightly compacted group really does work in her favour. As for Willie Borland, well, he's going to have to win every single game from here on in if he's going to stand a chance, and then he's still got to hope for favours elsewhere. As for Falon Sherrock, she'll think a 3-1 night should be enough for her to get through to tomorrow night's final. It would be 10 points, that magical mark that we always talk about here at the Super Series. 2-2 possibly, but she'd have to rely on results elsewhere.
Lisa throw first.
Yeah.
Game on.
Falon's problem was that the matches she did win, as explained by Abby, were at full 3s, but it was her worst performance statistically or numerically against Lee Budgen last night.
98.
She'll be keen to put that right this evening. She only averaged 79 against Lee Budgen, and he only
57.
Just pinched it off her, 4-3, with his highest average of the night, 86.21. Again, hit 3 180s, which was a bit of a
134.
Falon in her opening game was edged out by Willie Borland, despite a lovely
81
finishes, including a 133. She averaged 86.07, and in her next game, 143 with a 94.71 with a 136 out.
180.
Her next match, 143 with a 91.34, 2 180s, 40% on the doubles, and then didn't quite reproduce
89
against Lee Budgen.
What can she produce here? Oh, that's unlucky. Bounce out there, which scuppered any chances of a possible dart at the bull or double 5.
124.
And how costly might it be?
It won't be. Disaster.
77. Falon, you record 16.
He missed the big 13.
No
well.
score.
Oh dear, what is going
He
on?
require 47.
First to bounce out, then pulls into the 16. Well,
Game shot
smile
the
about
first
it.
leg.
That had the feeling of a leg that Falon was never winning.
Don't be fooled by that smile one little bit.
Second against Falon to throw first.
Smiling assassin.
Not a bad way to respond, though, is it? It's not a bad way to respond. That's her second max of the match. Oh, this is boiling up now, isn't it? This really is coming up to the boil.
$58. $100. $83.
Quite settled in her opening match last night.
93.
Still played very well, of course, only narrowly beaten by Willie Borland. That's been his only success so far in this Group B.
140.
That is perfect setup as you could hope for.
43.
He's tops up the 12.
40.
Budgen back on 126. Double 10.
Game
And he
is
ain't
on
going
the
to get a
second
go
leg.
because Sherrock
Falon
levels up.
Sherrock.
It is one apiece. 15 darter there in response. 98.6 currently the average for Sherrock.
She was regularly around that number in her
140.
2 better performances of the night.
$96.
Budgen going along very nicely at 95.25.
81.
Massive jump in performance levels. 87 against
45.
Steve West in a fabulous game, our opener of the night.
One of those players that's kind of become one of those little gems that we found because of the ADC system. Came in last time as one of their regional qualifiers. He actually won the Group A. Didn't quite work out for him on Saturday night.
I think that was a lack of big stage experience, really, wasn't it? And it is different when you got the crowd in and got that buzz about it then, hasn't it?
39.
I know some of the other qualification criteria for the Super Series is going to be that Tour Championship Series where the finals are going to be played on a stage. They're going to be streamed on YouTube. So it will be a gateway avenue to this tournament. Lee Budgen actually won one of them tournaments last year.
87.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you
Good
require
idea.
160.
I know that there's going to be a women's series as well this year in the ADC. The prize funds be given an extra little bolster in the boost. And at the end of the series,
60.
the top 8 players on that particular
20.
order of merit will be playing here at the Live Lounge in a finals competition, which I think will take place as one of our specials or something like that here at the
Budgen.
Super Series. It will take place here for sure as Budgen takes a 2-1 lead.
I don't know if they'll do that.
Maybe
Maybe on
Falon to throw first.
Saturday afternoon or something, possibly. Great for the players to experience the
96.
the environment.
Something similar is going to be done with the belt matches, isn't there, as well? I think possibly here.
Any real opportunity to do that would be on a Sunday night, I suppose, or a Sunday afternoon. Bit of a Sunday fun day.
Double session Saturday.
58.
Come on.
Good luck with that.
$81.
Come Saturday, all I need to do is sleep.
That's what Sundays are for in my case.
135.
Just holding on here.
95. $58.
Match is almost just waiting for someone to find another gear or a magic moment to take control of course, the advantage here with Lee because he has the darts.
65. Falon 154.
Well, is this the moment that sparks the game into life? The 154 won't go this time, and so Budgen will be looking for the 160 to obtain the break of throw and open up a 3-1 lead as Falon has a look over at her options.
82.
Very nearly found it to leave 32.
$92. Falon requires 72.
For a level game. Likes it on the double 18.
36.
But it's not going to be a friend on this particular occasion. And so Budgen returns for 68.
Yeah, he's much more efficient on the finishing, 36 for 32.
Games on the fourth leg. Lee Budgen.
There again, he's 50% on the doubles, 3 from 6. Falon, just 1 from 6. Very sad.
Fifth leg,
The
it's Lee to throw
identical
first.
amount of
Game on.
opportunities.
A win here for Budgen would put him 4 points clear of Sherrock. If Sherrock actually won this game, and it wouldn't have mattered what the scoreline would have been,
43.
she would have gone above Budgen in the league table, and it would have knocked him down to 4th. There would have been 4 players on 6 points. Of course, still a possibility, but Sherrock's going to have to mount a
100.
comeback charge here. But Budgen's just one of those players that just knows the assignment
57.
ahead of him. He will do what is required of him in a particular match.
Yeah, he's a very reactive player. He plays what's in front of him.
140. $60.
Falon can break here, of course.
140.
He'll have the darts to level things up, and for a second time in as many matches, it'll go to a decider.
59. Falon, you require 121.
I get 6. May not need the 6. Oh, that's desperately unlucky. That's a couple she's had now in this game.
105.
And on both occasions, she's found a trouble with her finer dart to rescue things.
100. Falon, you require 16.
For 13 dart break.
Aim shot on the fifth leg. Falon Sherrock.
Tidy.
So we go back on throw, back to 3-2. Sherrock trying to send us the distance once again
Game on.
between this pair. And should be hoping for similar fortunes to last time, where the last leg resulted in a break of throw, and Lee Budgen won this meeting 4-3 yesterday.
60.
Because if she obtains the break of throw in that final leg, should she get there, she will be the victor.
$60.
With both players coming up dry with their first visit in this oh-so-pivotal 6th leg.
80.
Those subsequent 2 darts in the 5 kind of cancelled out that treble in that visit there for Sherrock.
We
96.
mentioned about the fact that Lee's quite a reactive player. The one thing I did notice last night was the amount of times he found a 180, and the timing of them were absolutely
90.
crucial.
$60.
Don't forget, if you want to join us tomorrow night, it's absolutely free of charge. All you have to do is register for a ticket at dartshop.tv. Doors open 6:30 tomorrow night. We're in Portsmouth on London Road. If you don't live local and want to make a night of it, there's a
93. Falon, you require
budget
137.
hotel around the corner. 6 at this for Falon.
59.
What did I say?
180. Falon, you require 78.
He just knows when to put in a blockbuster score, when to apply the pressure. But is it too little, too late in this leg?
Game
Yes is the answer, because Falon Sherrock sends us all the way for the second time in a meeting between this pair this week. We go to the 7th and deciding leg. Budgen, who had a 3-1 lead, well, that's evaporated now, has the darts to seal success. And this could well be the most pivotal leg in this group when you look at the context of the table
28.
right now. Because if Falon Sherrock wins this leg, she moves on to 6 points. She moves into 3rd. Budgen moved down to 4th. If Lee Budgen wins this leg, he'll move into
60.
1st place. There's a potential 3-place swing in the entirety of this league table based upon one leg of 501.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
It's all the drama, Mace. I love it.
Needs another.
100.
The coin, one of
86.
Colin Hammond's favourite phases. There's a bit of tugs and tension in the air.
It's a huge, huge leg of darts, this.
60.
In the context of qualification, more so for Falon.
$140.
Needs a max, mate. It's awkward because it's low.
100. Lee record
6 for Lee Budgen here for the match. To move him on to 8 points. To make him the table topper.
108
98.
left. Yeah, and an all-important trouble with the final dart. Falon has not thrown a stray dart here at 60 ton, 60 ton.
But is she going to get a go? Because Budgen now set fair on double 16. And now double 8 for the match, for the win. But the opportunity has come and it's gone. And so Falon Sherrock returns for 81 for the match. And she's going to get 2 at double 18. 1 left at double 9.
77. Lee requires
And the reaction says it all. The reaction shows the significance.
Go
Because Lee Budgen moves back to the
Budgen.
top of the table. Following defeat to Steve West in his first game 4-3, he beats Falon Sherrock 4-3 in the same vein that he did last night. With an 84.61, Falon Sherrock averaging just under 92 maximums, but it was in the checkout department. 44% compared to 27% was where the game was ultimately won and lost. So, victory for Lee Budgen there. We're going to take a short break. When we return, Steve West can move his way on to 8 points when he takes on Willie Borland, who quite simply put has to win every single game from here on in.
This is the MODUS Super Series. $180.
And you can book your free tickets for finals night by visiting dartshop.tv. All the action gets underway from 7:30 p.m. tomorrow evening. But back here in Group B, win so far tonight for West, Lipscombe and Budgen. West and Willie back in action next. Steve West, the 4-1 winner when these two met yesterday with another average in the 90s. West unsurprisingly getting over the line with a combo finish. He's been very handy at those. His issues have really come when he's been left with 3 in hand looking for a double. Willie Borland's defeat in his opening match of the night may have left him too much to do. He had darts to force a decider against Lipscombe last time out, failed to take them and paid the price, audibly frustrated as he left the stage. But all is not lost just yet. But what we do know is that he cannot afford another slip-up to keep his faint hopes alive. To see who picks up the points here then, let's rejoin Mason H.
Thank you very much, Abby. And well, the ball is very much in Steve West's court because he can well, he will eliminate Willie Borland from the process here, and he will put him and Lee Budgen in a very strong suit. Adam Lipscombe coming up next against Falon Sherrock, and by that point, victories for West and Lipscombe in our next 2 matches could probably, at the halfway stage of our night, set fair who we're going to see in Saturday night's final. But you just get the sense that we're going to see somewhere tonight a big performance from Willie Borland, and we don't know where, but where it is, the person on the receiving end should take some considerable note.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's already been a shift in the betting. They were 5-6 each of 2 before the off.
140.
Now it's, well, just prior to the match starting, it was 11-10 Willie Borland, 8-11
57
for Steve West. And that basically down to the respective performances from both, I suppose.
133.
One of those market movers which we occasionally see here at the Super Series. Mind if you are having a flutter on all the action, it is 18+. Be gambleaware.org for more information on how you can enjoy gambling in a more safe manner. The champagne shot, the bullseye, as Borland just watches on with a wry smile in the background. How's he found a way into there?
Steve West.
Good players do things like that, pal.
Second against Steve to throw first.
Was absolutely incredible.
Game on.
He could have fitted a drawing pin into that.
I'll probably throw them. He can throw everything else.
59.
As a player, sometimes you just sort of
140.
you sit back or you stand back and sometimes just admire great darts, and that's exactly what that was. It was a great 180 that changed the look of the leg. Willie was down to 65 after that max.
180.
Oh, this is some start.
100.
Both playing beautifully. We've had 8 scores of a ton or more. We're only in the
40.
middle of leg 2.
$91. $29.
He doesn't have to go for this, but why don't you repay the favour by taking out the fish, Willie?
64. 139. Willie Borland 106.
Again, a big visit has changed the look of the leg. Willie Borland can't take out the sum plus,
Steve
leaves
Requirement,
tops.
54.
14 and tops for Steve West for 2-0.
Willie require 40.
So he gets a chance. To be fair, his
Game's on the
players
second
deserved,
leg.
and he
Willie
gets a
Borland.
leg on the ball, gets the break back. On a piece we are here. And a high-quality
It's Willie
tungsten
to throw
encounter.
first. 60.
Brilliant day of darts for you tomorrow. If you've not been keeping up to speed with the golden ticket winner, Leonard Gates did it in some style. Included a
45.
108.91 average in one of his matches today. He will play Phil Taylor tomorrow. That's on Channel 5 from midday.
40.
Of course, we're back at 7:30 p.m. for finals night. Why don't you join us? If you're in or around the Portsmouth area.
96.
Head over to dartshop.tv, reserve your ticket, pick it up on the door at 6:30 and come in and enjoy a night at the darts. The drinks are extremely cheap.
93.
I'm on good authority that it's going to be fairly well attended tomorrow night.
Yep. Get in now if you plan on coming, but please don't
60.
book a ticket if you have no intention of turning up. That will deny others who may fancy it.
78.
It's just a little bit silly, isn't it, for grown-ups?
Let's be fair, everyone. Let's be fair.
125. 140.
I honestly believe this kid's got so much talent. It's about,
60. Willie
it's about
Borland,
harnessing
90.
it.
65. Stevie
Sure, if there's
115.
any of the senior players that may be able to take him under their wing and just tweak things maybe.
57. Willie required 25. Game's
Double eight
on
for
the
a 2-1
third
lead. And you
leg.
feel like
Willie
playing in
Borland.
this is probably the
Oh,
right
this-
environment for you to harness all of this.
Yeah, oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Fourth leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on.
If I was him, I'd be knocking the door down to try and get back as soon as possible.
It's
just to take him out of that
180.
Relentless knockout environment and build confidence and
100.
belief and almost play so much that it just becomes automatic. It's just normal.
60.
That's that type of throw that would work that way,
97.
where you just switch the brain off and throw.
He's a darts coach dream of a throw.
Oh yeah,
100.
I don't think you necessarily got to work on anything in the fundamentals. I think it's the psychological
57.
aspect of the
Stevie
game.
Record,
Sometimes it's
161.
a bit of ball management. Sometimes it can be where he gets a little bit too quick. But they're easy things to work on. They're just routines that
91.
you get used to doing. It's just a bit of reprogramming.
100. Stevie require 70.
Full of a game for 2 apiece. 20 for tops.
50. We require 147.
Well, if this goes, we'll have to call it a Willie Fawn.
97. Stevie required 20. 6. Will he
This will
require
become
50?
incredibly frustrating for Steve because he worked so hard in that first match.
18. Steve, you
Borland
require
will be
14.
equally as frustrated not to take a 3-1 lead. Sensibly chose to split.
10.
Didn't get the
Will he
result.
require 32? No score.
And at the minute on the stage, you got a look of two
Steve,
darts
you require
players who
4.
had the right lottery ticket winning numbers, but in the 1 week. Can Steve West hit the jackpot?
Game shot on the 4th leg. Steve West.
Somehow. I don't quite know how, but we've got a level game. 2 breaks, 2 holds. Summed up my career, that did in just a few words.
So it is 2-2, courtesy of a 22 dart leg. That was one on 2 twos. Desmond, everyone, Desmond.
A bit of a duck theme. Quite ironic with Tyson Fury at the moment. Oof, political.
95.
You must be quackers if we're going to be talking about this subject at this time of night.
140.
What about the duck? We've still got David here in the
Yes, we've still
comms
got
box.
David's ducks. They're still around. They're plotted up everywhere. We can't get rid of them now, can we?
Like a part of the furniture.
97.
So that goldfish you used to have at school, you know, in the class on the table somewhere.
139. 139. Will he require 140?
So 140 for Borland. Bit of a slip there, but good recovery with the second.
108.
leaves himself double
Did he
16.
require 170?
Well, he's already done the 132 on Willie Borland. This would just be downright cruel if he took out the fish.
140. Will he require 32?
Pushes the 32.
Game shot on the
Didn't
5th
have any luck
leg.
on it in the
Willie
last
Borland.
leg. Slams it in. First dart this time round. 13 darter. Not
See
the
if
best
it gets
leg
Steve to throw first.
of
Game on.
the match. She used to play pairs with a
100.
fella called Duck. We were the Ace and Duck, unbeaten. Unbeaten. Hope you're well, Dave, if you're
140.
tuning in, pal. Been too long. Trip to Manchester on the cards.
140. 180.
Well, Willie Borland looks set to break his duck in terms of victories tonight. Leaves himself on 1-6.
What was that?
There, well.
What was that, pal?
Wow. Then Steve West decides, do you know what? I'm going to smash in a max.
140.
Willie Borland says, well, you can smash in a max. I'm going to leave myself 36 after 9. Take out this 81, son. Go on, take it out. Go on, take it out. And we go all the way to 3 apiece. And what a game we're being treated to here.
All right, he's left a double after 9 and didn't
7
get a
final
go.
against Willie to throw first.
Proper game of darts, this one.
66.
In this match, he's had a 12 darter with that
57.
wonderful 1-3-2 out and an 11 darter.
45.
It's been a spectacular back and forth encounter. Had a little bit of everything. It's had high scoring, it's had missed doubles, it's had tension, it's had brilliance.
140.
In the full package,
60.
in the full repertoire from both players. That last leg, Willie Borland, 140, 180, 145. He's This one.
44.
70 points adrift.
140.
Now 70 points in front.
That's his 7th score of 140 or more in this match. But is this going to be West's 4th max?
140.
140 will do. Leaves himself on a Shanghai. He's going to get first poker to finish. But under how much pressure?
100. Stevie require
Steve West had 4
120.
maxes in his match against table-topping Lee Budgen. There you go, ball.
40. Will he require 90?
2 darts at double 15 to win a corker.
Game
And it
shot
was a
of the
corker, and it
match.
is a win
Willie
for Willie
Borland.
Borland. He gets the better of Steve West by 4 legs to 3 in a quality encounter. The pair shared 5 maximums. West finished off with the 1-3-2, the champagne finish, but it was Willie Borland who finishes the game off, a 92.86 average. As I say, 5 maxes apiece, but it was 4 out of 11, the 36% that has got Big Willie over the line. Well, we head to the halfway point of our action now. It's Adam Lipscombe in action. He takes on Falon Sherrock next.
So then, Falon Sherrock, we know how she deals with pressure situations, and that's exactly what she finds herself in here, completing our second round of fixtures against Adam Lipscombe. And a win here draws her level with her opponent on 6 points in the league table. A win for Lipscombe, though, and there'd be a 4-point gap between him, Budgen, and the Queen of the Palace. Of course, when the two met yesterday, Lipscombe established a 3-0 lead before Sherrock settled into the match and turned the game on its head, averaging in excess of 91 in that one as she came through in a decider. Remarkably, all 5 of Falon's matches so far this week have gone to deciders. So, who's winning this one 4-3, lads?
Tempting fate, Tari Abbey. Well, we shall see you in 7 legs time. Well, Chris Mason will see you in 7 legs time because he'll be doing his half-time wrap. When I say wrap, I mean analysis. We're not...
I'm no Jay-Z. Dear, oh dear. Or Eminem.
The only Eminem you'll see around here are the chocolate bars.
To throw first.
He can spit a few bars. He can also call out a few scores, does Owen Binks.
No spitting bars at the Super Series, I can assure you. Of that foul language.
78.
Talking of bars, he's up in Blackpool now, isn't he?
56.
I think he is, yeah. Doing some bits at the World Seniors, Champions of Champions.
60.
Really looking forward to catching that tomorrow afternoon. It's at Viva Blackpool. Tickets available if you fancy it. Very affordable.
Has he opened up the flip-flop stand outside the main entrance?
57.
Well, even though it is still March, he will be in... You can't miss him, folks. He'll be in shorts and flip-flops.
41.
Our colleague, Chris Murphy, up there,
96.
alongside Glenn Durrant and Webby doing the comms.
The opportunity for them to, especially Chris and
45.
Glenn, to have that opportunity to work on a major network like that. Especially Chris, who's worked so hard for
Well,
so long.
yeah, I was chatting to Murph, and I
34.
think it's just a golden opportunity to bring in some of the older players who maybe not taking part in it. I'd like to just give them all a game. Bob Anderson,
58.
get him in there for one. Dave Whitcomb.
Games on the first leg.
Someone like
Falon
Dave.
Sherrock.
Good speaker is Dave. Intelligent man.
Second against Adam to throw first. Game on.
And it's just a great opportunity to hear from some of the players that really
85.
set their stall out and turned this game into what it is today and what they think about where it is now.
Because
99.
the game at the time was revolved around characters and my word
Yes.
were they. And I think that's possibly the one thing that, maybe the one little criticism about the modern day
100.
game is those big characters of yesteryear maybe aren't quite there in the same number as they were in the past.
Well, they are, but we've
180.
got very much more of a tribal type mentality, and of course the DRA don't help develop characters, of course, because first minute they show a bit of character and a bit of personality, they get fined.
30.
So I think so many people have cottoned on to Scott Williams because he's just him and he doesn't care what people think. He'll just be him.
83.
There's also been a change in the way Gezi Price is now perceived, and he's been getting some wonderful support, and the bonus of that, and maybe the penny has dropped. An example being
95.
that near
Enemy record
115 average
93.
in the demolition job of MVG on Thursday night. If you let him play, he'll give you some serious entertainment.
53.
97
Enemy record
for Falon.
97.
For 2-zip. The odds didn't change on this one.
82.
For the
Enemy
first time,
required
she's
40.
pulled on the left side. Double turn.
Game's on the second
Loves the
leg.
last start, doesn't he?
Adam Lipscombe.
Last start, Lipscombe. 180 in the leg as well from Falon.
Phil gets Falon to throw first. Game on. $96. $54.
Another player I'd probably stick in the comms. Peter Manley. He's not short of a word or two, is he? I think if he was,
100.
I think if he was with the right kind of person, I think you'd get some absolute nuggets out of him. It'd be
45.
comms stroke interview, wouldn't it?
Very much so. It'd be one of those where you'd be pulsated listening to, but also as the other person sat on commentary, if he really gets
58.
into the stories, the hand will be over the red button. That's why Andy Jenkins is not allowed in the commentary box.
Yes,
62.
the legendary dump button.
Andy Jenkins in the commentary box will be the end of all of our careers.
Well, you tell you the truth.
Oh, absolutely.
45.
It's one of those people when you interview, you're intrigued because you don't quite know what's going to happen next.
100.
Andy, of course, was a very, very good youth player. He's one that's truly seen the whole system
41.
evolve, especially the youth side of darts. Drop the dart, allowed to pick it up. May stay there.
92. Falon Sherrock 161. $65. Adam Sherrock 148.
Loves that use of the 25. It ensured a 2-darter upon overturn, which will be upon overturn as well.
40.
Same as the
Falon
women's
Sherrock
series. I'd get hold of
96.
Maureen Flowers and let her have a guest appearance. Sure, she's fascinated with the evolution of the ladies' game. 25.
60. Adam Sherrock 108.
Feel a podcast series coming on here. I feel a Shanghai on 18s happening here. And I feel a breaker throw coming along for Adam Lipscombe.
Fourth leg, it's Adam to throw first. Game on.
At this point, Falon Sherrock must be thinking, what more do I have to do?
Yeah,
140.
really on her way so far this evening.
$96.
Worryingly, she's just going to
135.
get a little separated from the group above her. A win here for Lipscombe, of course. He joins Budgen on 8.
58.
He'll be 4 off the top. Here's the top 3.
134.
We do know Falon has bounce back ability. Came from 3-0 down in back-to-back games, producing an average
98.
in the mid-90s on both occasions.
$80.
Write her off at your peril.
The issue will be the next game's Lee Budgen against Willie Borland. Now, if Willie Borland wins that, he would then move on to 6, and then
43.
chaos ensues
require 12.
in this group. Lipscombe here then, double 6 for a 3-1 lead.
Misses when Fallon's not on a shot.
Should crave another treble.
98.
Would have
Adam,
been
you require
ideal.
3.
Or maybe if he doesn't take out the 1-double-1,
No score.
Falon can
Adam, you
repay
require
the
108.
favour of the 108.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. But the delivery driver has gone somewhere else, and so it won't be delivered
72.
on this
Adam, you
occasion.
require
And so
3.
Lipscombe is back to the maddest of all finishes, the 1-double-1.
No score.
Well, he's clipped it again
Adam, you
into the
require
20 bet.
36.
Deflected, hasn't it? Gone across. This is Falon's favourite double.
Games on
Honest.
the 4 flag. Falon Sherrock.
She's picked the pocket of Adam Lipscombe there with a
5th leg, it's
20-dart
Falon to throw
break of
first.
throw. And
Game
now we have a slightly different look to the game.
And is that all going to be down to one little piece of ball management from
140.
Adam Lipscombe? Because when he went inside on that double 6, Falon Sherrock was not on a finish. He went for the
45.
double 3. He attacked the finish. He went inside, and so he then had 2 more goes at the 3. Well, he hit the single 1 first time on both occasions, but the subsequent dart clipped off the barrel of the first into
90.
the double top first time and the single 20 the second time. It allowed Falon Sherrock the opportunity to mop up, and mop up she duly did, and to level us up
68.
at 2 apiece. And now Sherrock with the throw is very much taking full advantage of that, and possibly looking for a second max.
140. $140. Falon, you require 131. $91.
Tops is the double when she returns.
54. Falon, you require 40. Games on the 5th leg. Falon Sherrock.
Was a night and day type of leg. That was a 13-dart hold.
6th leg, it's Adam to throw first. Game on.
Well, this is what the elite do, don't they? When they're backed
60.
into a corner, when they see themselves up against the wall, they find something, and they find something good, and that's exactly what Sherrock's done here. She's found a purple patch at the perfect time.
137. $140.
Adam will stay in second spot. Irrelevant of
140.
the result here, unless he can now turn this one around.
55.
Strong start to the leg. 137 followed by 140.
40.
That's just given Lipscombe a little bit of hope.
140.
And the hope may begin to become expectation for Lipscombe upon his return.
58. Adam, you require 106.
Is Falon going to be denied all 3
66.
for the
Falon,
second
you
time
require
tonight?
126.
Can she find the 126? There's the treble. There's another double 6 for the match.
114. Adam, you required
And so
40.
Lipscombe returns for tops to send us the distance again. Double 5.
30.
Wide.
Falon, you required
And
12.
Sherrock returns for the match, wanting double 6. Double 3. And just
9.
like a couple of legs ago
And
in
the
Adam
required
Lipscombe's
10.
case, the last dart went into the single 3. Will that be pivotal in this leg?
Games on the 6th
No,
leg.
it doesn't,
Adam
in the
Lipscombe.
context of she's not going to come back. Adam Lipscombe takes us all the way, but it is Falon who has the
Seventh
throw
and final
in this
against Falon
seventh
to throw
and
first.
deciding leg.
Game on.
Should Sherrock win this, she will move on to 6 points. Lipscombe and West at the halfway point of our night will also be on that total.
140.
Willie Borland will be far from out the equation on 4. And if he beat Lee Budgen, well, we will be getting the abacus and the abacus's friend out.
180.
Some Abakai. 6 match starts there, wasn't it? No, 4. Missed the double 6 off the 1, 2, 6. And despite a great start with 140, Adams put it right under pressure.
100.
180, followed by a ton. Stolen the darts in 6.
Showing some real quality. Here is Adam Lipscombe at this oh-so pivotal time.
137.
Talking of quality, have a look at that visit.
100.
Solid stuff, isn't it? 180 ton. Another.
100.
Adam Lipscombe's left 1-2-1 after 9 against the darts, and this may have to go. It's not going to go. And so Sherrock is going to get a go at this 82 to seal the win.
43. Falon require 82.
That's options. That wasn't one of them. 74, 42 for 32.
That's bounced out, but that's bounced out of the single wire.
Oh, it was right on the wire, wasn't it?
22.
That is the third one of
Adam
those
requires
this evening.
78.
Going to be one dart at Tots towards the right-hand side. He's going to aim at.
38.
Doesn't go, and so Falon
60.
comes back with 2 darts herself at tops for the match, for the win.
40.
And that's 6 missed
Adam
match
require 40.
darts. And so Lipscombe returns, poised on tops.
No score.
But his chances are come and gone. Both players
Falon require
have missed
20.
match darts here. And Sherrock returns for double 10. And it is her who seals the points,
Falon
getting the
Sherrock.
better of Adam Lipscombe by 4 legs to 3 to move on to 6 points in this group and to keep it finally bunched up at the midway point of the evening. An 83.54 average for Sherrock, 33% when it came to the doubling. And so, at the halfway point of the table, at the halfway point of the night, we are none the wiser as to who is going to progress through Group B. Well, Chris Mason is making his way up to the balcony to have a chat with Abigail Davies about everything we've seen so far this evening. And then, upon our return, we're going to see Lee Budgen in action. He can move himself onto 10 points. If he's to get the bit of Willie Borland, a win there for him, well, things will be very interesting. Join us next.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Falon Sherrock, shock horror, has just come through in a last leg decider. All of her matches so far in Group B have gone the distance. Unsurprising that she was able to hold her nerve there to come through in a really, really important match.
Yeah, that was massive, absolutely massive. It'd be interesting to know actually how many match darts in the matches that she's lost 4-3 that she's had in the duration of this Group B, but it's highly contested, been some great darts, and it's certainly not that drama.
Yeah, let's have a look at the league table then. There it is, Lee Budgen currently out on top on 8 points, but nobody is out of this race at all. An incredibly congested league table. Pick your three, mate.
No, thanks. Yeah, we're only halfway through. All the players have got 2 games to go, so they've all got the potential to pick up 4 points. So literally any 3 of the 5 could make it through, and I'm not looking forward to working that out with the leg difference and everything else a little later, because it's going to come down to leg difference, and that's quite tight, apart from Willie Borland, who's on -6.
Yeah, of course, they've all played 2 games so far this evening, and they've all shown through some stage of tonight's action that level that is required, haven't they, which is really, really important. But now we're going to turn our attentions to next week's lineup, and we can reveal the players who are going to be involved. What an incredible Group A lineup we have for you there. Jacob Taylor, of course, is doing numbers at the moment. Lisa Ashton, of course, hasn't got off to the greatest start to the Women's Series campaign.
But played fabulous in the World Seniors against Neil Duff, didn't she?
Absolutely, and James Hurrell, who is in fantastic form. Unfortunate not to be in the greatest shape going into Q School, but still was able to produce in there as well. How on earth do you pick your winner from Group A?
Yeah, Barry Van Peer, of course, who won the Dutch Open and also won a Challenge Tour event. Ryan Harrington, who not too long ago was a tour card holder, and Jack Vincent, the ADC representative. Yeah, Group A is looking red hot.
Yeah, and Group B's not looking bad either, is it? With Leonard Gates coming into that, he had a fantastic win today himself. Yeah,
he just qualified for the World Seniors Champions of Champions tomorrow and did it in some style, including a 108.91 average en route. Justin Hood, a player from my neck of the woods, who's again showing signs of form. And then into Group C, the Welshman Martin Thomas, who we've seen plenty of here, Stuart Wilson, and of course Mike Huntley.
Yeah, very, very excited, and look forward to guiding you through all of that action from Monday. Of course, the action will get underway at 9:30 a.m. But let's return to Group B, shall we? Because we've got Budgen against Borland up next, a really crucial one, as all of these games are now for Willie Borland. He can't afford any slip-up at all, can he? Do you see him getting another 2 points in this one?
Well, he has to. It's this is the game. If he doesn't win, then that's the end of the road for him. But 2 wins, and he's got an outside chance.
Right then, let's get into it. H, back to you.
Thank you very much, Abby. And so it is all to play for as he head into the final furlong here in Group B at the MODUS Super Series. Well, it is Lee Budgen's league to lose effectively from this point, because he is the man with that 2-point buffer at the top of the table. And that last win for Willie, well, that 4-3 success against Steve West has kept him in the race for finals night tomorrow, hasn't it? But what we're going to see from Game 6 of our night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Having a look at the,
okay, first leg is
when the bookmakers look at proceedings here.
Game on.
They have Lee Budgen as the 4-6 favourite, whilst Willie Borland 11-10 with the bookmakers in this particular duel.
134.
Chris Mason has raced his way down from the balcony to join us.
Yeah, getting my steps in, pal.
96.
There's a few of them.
Just
So have we worked this out? A win here for Budgen, and he is through.
125.
Because he'd be 4 points clear, only 4 points to play for between 3 players. It can't be
done.
Simple maths.
140.
Quick maths. So
2 times 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Yeah, just told you we were going to spit some bars, skiddy bap bap.
96.
Seen flashes from Big Willie this evening.
58. Lever 146.
Just not turned into streaks, have they?
No, exactly that. Or results.
130.
Super setup. 8 after Just 12
43.
on the
Leave
throw.
requires 16.
Pause.
Eight.
One of those
Will he
type of players that
164?
won't throw until he's ready. He won't be rushed, will he? Likes to set himself, and if he's not right,
60.
he'll reset.
Leave require 8.
Everything has to be precise.
Game shot on the first leg.
And that is
Lee
why,
Budgen.
because that double is precise, and that gives Lee Budgen a 1-0 lead here in the space of 16 darts.
Second leg is Willie to throw first. $100.
The odds didn't change before the off in
78.
this one. But it is, as already
45.
we've let you know, a must-win game for Willie Borland.
$140.
You think of the lineup next week, pal?
96.
A very exciting Group A, but I mean, look, any time that Leonard Gates is involved here at the Super Series, then you're going to get some entertainment. That is an absolute guarantee. But
96.
I think Gates wins that week. Next week, I think Barry Van Peer, I think, is a very exciting addition. Won the Dutch Open this year, won a Challenge Tour this year. He's playing probably the best darts he's had since losing his tour card. James Hull was so consistent, always makes it through to a Saturday night here. And
Yeah,
as for Lisa
he's
Ashton,
rock solid. I'm a big fan of James Harrell.
81.
Are you in the hot seat next week?
yeah, it's going to be Abby up on the balcony. It's going to be myself and the asset
190.
Oh, yes,
with you
of
next
course.
week.
Leave
Nico is
106.
back.
I've commentated with Nico since September. I've only ever commentated with him once. Don't know how.
Game shot on the second leg. Lee
106
Budgen.
in leg 2 for Budgen as he closes in on his place for a second
Against
crack
Lee
at
to throw
finals night.
first. Game on.
Yeah, made it through to the finals of week 12 of the last series. He was eliminated in the group phase. That was a night won by
140.
John Henderson. Popular winner.
Yeah,
60.
for sure.
One of the best nights you've had under this roof. There was a big crowd in, and the crowd really got behind Hendo, as you'd expect them to.
Yeah, he's a real fan's favourite.
96.
Oh, Cullerton in that final.
57.
Dramatic one, 4-3. And then it had that nervous wait because it was week 12 and because that there was the possibility of replacements because of Warner and Usher getting tour cards. Narcolan had that nervous wait as to whether
46.
he had done enough to qualify for Champions Week for his runners-up performance, and he just missed out. And it was
100.
a heartbreaking phone call that had to be made to him late at night. Kind of had that double blow of losing the final and then being told, you're not going to be at Champions Week.
96.
Certainly not a nice phone call to receive or to make. Back comes Borland.
121. Labour
Not left to
123.
finish with that deflected dart into the small one, so has 6 at 1, 2, 3. That slightly changed his approach. Treble 20. He
43.
tried to force it through, didn't he?
$128. Lee require 80.
For a 3-0 lead. 2 darts. A double 10.
70.
It's a
Will he require
perfect example of the
35.
things I would work on with Willie Borland. It was just a
Game shot on the
lazy
third leg.
dart
Willie Borland.
at the 11, And that's just something you need to eliminate, isn't it?
Fourth leg, it's Willie to throw first.
It's just something he's
Game
got
on.
to keep switched on about, because it could have been costly.
$120.
Ultimately, an important break back.
$180. $140.
Now we get a bit excited. Now things become to get a little bit interesting.
180. 100. Lee require 141.
As the clock approaches the midnight hour, Lee Budgen couldn't quite find something special.
50.
That would have been historic, potentially, because it could have been a 9-darter hit in 2 different days.
105.
Could have clipped that one up
He
well,
required
couldn't we?
91.
A 2-day 9-darter. That's clickbait if I've ever seen it.
51. Will he require 36?
Despite being on the 9, he may lose the leg.
No score.
But Borland
Lee
couldn't
required
find the double
40.
18, and so Budgen thought a 13. It doesn't matter how he gets it done as long as he does, and that's
Aim on the
exactly what he
fourth
does
leg.
do.
Lee
Opens
Budgen.
up a 3-1 lead and is a leg away now from tomorrow night's final. He's on
Fifth
the
leg, it's
cusp.
Lee to throw first.
He's on the brink.
Game on.
He is oh so almost there.
$60. $135. $61.
Coming up next, another absolutely monstrous matchup.
140.
Faces Steve West.
It could be the sort of game where we might see something a little bit special.
121.
Didn't disappoint last night, did it?
56.
Absolutely not.
$87. Will he require 170?
The big fish for Borland. Just double checking with Owen Binks. 95 is what
94.
he had left from there. And so 76 upon his return. This is to break the Budgen throw. And to bring it back to 3-2. And it would then add an air of uncertainty
60.
as far as the
Will it
man from
require
Hull is
76?
concerned. 2 darts at 2
Aim
8s.
shot on the fifth
And 3-2 it is.
Willie Borland.
We're going to go all the way again. Lee Budgen's playing.
Sixth leg is Willie to throw first. Game on.
He loves a 4-3.
So does this group.
134.
Prior to this one, we'd played possible 34 of 35 legs.
59.
That is crazy.
57.
Same scenario last night, wasn't it?
See more legs than a pub full of spiders.
100.
As you can tell, the midnight delirium has set in.
$40.
Did you manage to get a nap today at all, mate? No.
Nah, just braved it through. Watched a little bit of
56.
Rubbish on the telly. Couple of quiz shows, bits like that. Came back in, listened to a bit of music, and yeah, ready to go.
98. Willie Borland,
Hardcore.
154.
So hardcore.
You can tell I'm really cool, Chris. I'm really cool.
42.
I disappointingly got back, rode to the gym, into the wind, trained, shops, home, shower,
58.
work. Oh,
Willie Borland,
eat
112.
in between.
Yeah, that is a little bit important. I did do that as well.
76. Willie Borland, 146.
All barring a big finish. Could well have yet another 4-3. And Willie Borland.
88. Willie
36.
Borland, 36.
Really been his friend, but it is there.
Flag, Willie Borland.
As Willie gets that essential break of throw, takes us all the way.
7th and final against Lee to throw first. Game on.
If you wanted late Friday night darting drama that went the distance, well, you are most
42.
certainly in the right place here at the MODUS Super Series. Because we played 6 games here. This is the 5th to have gone 4-3.
41 of a possible 42 legs played. I'm going to have to start putting in some overtime.
180.
And yet again, we picked up on it a little earlier, didn't we? About how often he finds
55.
a 180 at key moments. He's done it on so many occasions.
139. 95. Lee require
And that
140.
180 followed by 139 has given him 6 starts here from 140 to see this game through and to see himself through to tomorrow night's final.
100.
He will come back for tops.
99. Lee require 40.
Double 10 to make it to 10.
Game
And
shot
Lee
and the
Budgen
match.
is
Lee
going to
Budgen.
be at tomorrow night's final because he gets the better Willie Borland by 4 legs to 3. He moves on to 10 points, and the way the fixtures pan out for the rest of the night, he cannot be caught from those top 3 positions now. A 91.57 average, 3 maximums to his name, 4 out of 10 when it comes to the checkout department. He gets the better of Willie Borland in the end, and so next up is another crucial clash as Sherrock plays West. Who is going to win? Find out next.
So then, Lee Budgen is our first player through to finals night from Group B. Falon Sherrock and Steve West next to do battle. This really was one that got away from West last night. He led 3-0 at one stage, missed 7 match darts, and the Queen of the Palace looked more and more composed and assured as she worked her way back into what was a really high-quality contest. As we mentioned a little while ago, all 6 of Sherrock's matches so far have gone the distance, digging deep last time out to get over the line and complete the double over Lipscombe. A huge match in the context of the league standings up next. Who will produce the goods here in this one? H and Mace are going to guide you through all the ebbs and flows.
The graphic on the bottom of the screen at the beginning of every match, it says best of 7 legs. Well, basically we should just say 7 legs. Because we have played every leg possible bar 1. And that was in match 2 when Adam Lipscombe beat Willie Borland 4-2. And to be perfectly honest, that game should have gone 4-3 as well. We have seen pretty much everything tonight here at the Super Series. What are we going to see as Sherrock takes on West? Well, these two have been playing over the last couple of days. And we saw in their meeting yesterday, we could see something special.
Game on.
There's Owen Binks, up close and personal. You can meet Owen Binks up close and personal if you want to come to the live lounge tomorrow night. As Sherrock kicks off with a ton 40. Dartshot.tv. Go and get a selfie of the great man. As Steve West kicks off this game with a max. This is a game, this is a matchup which
59.
promises a lot. Promises some special things, some special stuff.
Both
these players on 6 points in the group. It's a 7th match respectively. The winner will move on to 8 points or put themselves in a really good position
92.
to progress their way forward. You know, 2/3 of the field now. Adam Hunt won through on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, courtesy Group A. Tony Wood, David Wadzewski winning through in Group C, and now Lee Budgen can add his name to the list.
Well, an example of how close this Group D has been.
Stevie requires
up to this point, we have played 105 of a possible 112 legs.
40. Falon, you require 150.
And we're 16 matches deep.
That is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
40. Stevie required 20.
So double 10 for West for the 1-0 lead, and that's exactly what he finds. 13 dart breaker throw. Really good start.
Well, before the off, or before the start of play.
So going to get Steve to throw first.
This evening, it was 10-11 Falon, 4-5 Steve West, and just prior to the start of the match, even money Falon.
57.
And Steve has been backed into 8-11.
I mean, you look at the averages and you look at the performances. Bookmakers
180.
have quite considerably come in on West. As Sherrock gets her first max of the match.
180.
This is boiling up, isn't it? Hold on.
Teased us.
100.
Did it a 9, of course, last weekend.
140.
History to hit a PDC 9 darter.
Would have been nice if she reenacted it for us there.
57. Stevie record 124.
I know it's early days, but prior to that visit, Steve West was averaging just under 120.
64.
Some start, hasn't he?
56. Stevie require 40.
Maybe he's trying to make sure that what happened last night doesn't happen tonight.
35. Falon, you require 108.
This is right up Sherrock Street.
Hang on 18 is not to be this
48.
time. So West
Stephen
returns
required
for the
5.
5. For a 2-0 lead with Sherrock back on 60. Double 2. Has to move across. It's a little bit awkward for him.
Game shot on the
But not
second
awkward
leg.
enough.
Steve West.
2-0 Steve West playing considerably well here. Despite the 6 missed starts at double,
So
the
it's
average is
Falon
just
to
under
throw
97. The
first.
scoring
Game on.
phase has been absolutely immaculate. A maximum in each of the opening 2 legs.
140. 100.
Must-win leg for Falon. Now we've seen her come back from 3-0 down, but
180.
Steve West is in this kind of form. It's hard to see where the breaks of throw come from.
100.
Well, he said this was going to be a little bit special, and it is living up exactly to the type of hype that we gave this game.
140.
Once again, a player leaving a finish after 9 to 12 darts.
59. Falon, you require 41.
4-11. Not to panic
25.
with West back on 2-4-2. But he ain't going to be for much longer. What a time to pile in your third max of the match. And so it has to go now, this double 8.
Game shot.
Much to the relief of Falon Sherrock, it does go. 15 dart hold.
Fourth leg, it's Steve to throw first.
That's
Game
it
on.
in the match. Still a break of throw down, of course. Courtesy of the 13 darter from Steve West in leg 1.
100.
Well, we're 3 legs in and we've seen 5 maxes, which is probably the appropriate time to mention the 180 record here at the Super Series, which currently stands at 9.
100.
Still doesn't make sense, does it? 9 in 7 legs.
96.
Dubridge has the record for most of the match. He had 7. And that game didn't even go 7 legs, did it?
Nope.
43. 60.
Sure, we'll see more of Mark Dubridge here soon at the Super Series.
There's a
125.
player that really embraces the ethos of this event. He does enjoy himself here.
140.
Steve West maintaining a
137.
10 plus average as we
Stevie record
get to
105.
the end of leg 4. May go ball, may go 57. 48 left. Tops.
85. Falon record 96.
Well, this is prime Sherrock territory. Double 18.
Game shot in the fourth leg.
Clinical.
Falon Sherrock.
The only way and the only word to describe it.
Fifth leg, it's Falon to throw first. Game on.
2 apiece. Wry smile, shake of the head from Steve West. Felt as if he had that chance there. He had that
43.
opportunity. He missed that dart at tops on the back of the 105.
84.
Is that the game changer? Because this match is back on throw.
140.
We mentioned the maximum hitting a leg ago. The 140 plus hitting is just as impressive from the pair.
Stunning.
137.
These two, I think the tempo of the game suits each other very well. Know each other very well, of course, so comfortable.
60. 100.
It's the ton and his average comes down a little bit. That's when you know you're playing well.
What Steve West may well be doing here is, if he gets himself through, is playing himself into form at the perfect time.
Yeah, he's not really played a lot of darts
140.
this year.
Falon
Opted out of
158.
Q school because he's due to have a hip replacement in the summer, his second one.
84. Stevie required 40.
He's got better every day, hasn't he?
Game shot on the 5th leg. Steve West.
That's a 14 dart. Break a throw, and now he has the honour
See if we
to
get
win
Steve to throw
a
first.
rare match
Game
that doesn't go all the way. Not counting my chickens yet, H.
58.
They just don't want us to have any sleep, do they?
So I've got a line tomorrow. Get up about 11:30. Bacon sandwich on the go. Champion of champions.
100.
I've got a little trip to Fratton Park tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Football commentating.
Just to watch this time, which would be
Ooh.
quite nice.
Busman's holiday.
Yeah, weekend off. Football com. So
43.
watch them. Then straight back here. Quick
Do
change.
you get freebies because of your connections there, mate?
No.
You're a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
All right, good man.
96.
That's loyalty to the club, because I'm sure you could get freebies.
$54.
I don't pay to go in anywhere.
I was wondering why you always come in here on a Saturday night looking for a ticket.
138.
Although admittedly at the old football club I used to work for, they refused to let me pay to get in.
56. Falon Sherrock
Oh, I'm
167.
not on the banned list.
$95.
Often send Barry a text message. Hiya, Baz. How are you? And I don't get. I'm good, pal. How's things? I get,
140. Falon Sherrock 172.
how many do you need?
Straight to the point.
Ooh, that was
52.
nearly
Stevie
straight in the
require
tops.
150.
Only if he was miles in front. We've seen him hit 3 balls this week, of course. Not to win
60.
a leg.
Falon Sherrock require 20.
Not done the Whitlock. Oh, guess
Game
what?
shot on the 6th flag.
Here
Falon
we
Sherrock.
go again. It is a case of darting deja vu.
7th and
I think we're going to have
leg
to
is
rename
Falon
it.
to throw
We call
first.
it the
Game
Binks
on.
now.
Yeah, it's no longer the Noble.
$100.
Game that goes to 7 legs can be known as the Binks stint.
100.
Players squeezing the treble 20 with their final dart on the visit. Oh, that took a horrible deflection.
41. $60.
Yeah, last time Owen was stood up for so long, he was watching Call Your Way. Well, I'm sure he's enjoying this experience
121.
much more.
Yeah, he's a big football fan, isn't he?
Oh, he loves it, doesn't he?
180.
Here's 4th. In fact, The minimum amount of 180s he's had in a match tonight is 3.
96. Stevie Rock 161.
11 this evening. And he may
60. Falon Sherrock
away from this game
143.
without a point.
66.
Triple 10.
87. Stevie Rock 101. $61. Falon Sherrock 56.
Double 4.
Game shot.
And that is a huge win for Falon Sherrock, which moves her into second place in the group, onto 8 points. And it casts a huge blow for Steve West in the context of qualification. What it pretty much does now is it makes the last game of the night between Steve West and Adam Lipscombe pretty much a qualification shootout now. That is the way the table lies. Well, we are going to see Adam Lipscombe in our next match. He takes on Lee Budgen now. A win there for Lipscombe would put him into pole position, and it would mean that Steve West would have work to do in that final match. Still a lot of scenarios to run over here at the Super Series, and we'll run through them all after this short break.
Welcome back to the Super Series. Adam Lipscombe looking to put the disappointment of losing to Falon last time out behind him to strengthen his chances of joining Lee Budgen in finals night, the player he takes on in our next match. If we have a little look at the league standings, as you can see, confirmation that Lee Budgen is already through to finals night with a game to spare. Willie Borland now cannot make it through to Saturday night's action because of his leg difference. It was Budgen who secured the points in style last night in this particular fixture, thanks to a Shanghai finish, leaving him with 50% checkout success for the match. Is this a good time to play Budgen, though? Will he relax a little, and will we see a bit of a dip from him, knowing that he's already through to finals night? Lipscombe will join Sherrock on 8 points with a win here, meaning it is all in his hands heading into our final round of fixtures, where he will take on Steve West, the player trying to hunt him down. West will have the darts in that one, though, and up to this point, every player with the darts has gone on to win their games. Will that continue in this next match? Let's find out in the company of Chris Mason and Henry Deacon.
Thank you very much, Abby. Yeah, the power of throw, hey. So, by logic, that means Adam Lipscombe's probably going to win 4-3, but we know better than just to assume things like that, because anything can possibly happen. As for Steve West, well, he must be scratching his head, thinking, how is he in the position that he's in terms of the league table? He finds himself outside the automatic places to go through. Now, I'm going to mark his card for the night here. Game 1, 96 average, 4 maximums, 4 out of 9 on the doubles.
85.
Then, an average of 91.64, 3 maximums, takes out a 1-3-2, loses 4-3. Then his next match, 94.14, 4 maximums, 3 out of 11, loses 4-3.
121.
Wasn't for bad luck.
Is he joining Danny Lalby and Jared Cole in that bad luck restaurant that we created a few weeks back?
Yeah. Has been. Well, one thing we will find out here is a lot about the character of Lee Budgen, because, as we already know, he's safely through, but he's still playing with that intensity, isn't he?
As a player, it's one of those, do you
press
best forward always at a natural
120.
Just decline, because that fight or flight instinct isn't there when you know you don't need a result to do something or another. It could be a natural process, but for Lee Budgen,
68.
It looks as if it's gone the other way. It looks as if that has relaxed him. Well, perhaps relaxed him a little bit too much. Double 11. So Lipscombe is going to return for 52.
And he requires 52.
Tops.
Games on the first leg. Adam Lipscombe.
Lee Budgen a little bit enthusiastic there to go for the second leg. There is a 10-second stop gap between legs. That is to make sure the systems are rebooted ready in time. No chalkers on the stage. It also gets all of our feeds ready. There's one computer system which basically generates everything that we need to get through, and so that just needs a little bit of time to process everything. We have a brilliant team of people behind the scenes that log all the scores into the board. Likes of Taylor Neller, Frankie Howard.
Not the Frankie Howard.
Oh, no,
27.
No. Frankie Howard from Wish.
He's a bit of a doppelganger, though, isn't he?
55.
Does a great job, does Frankie.
Say too much. I live in his house.
The
eviction notice is in the post. There's a hotel just down the road.
85.
Stay in hotels, mate. Not for that long. 2 weeks in a hotel. Ugh.
58.
I would pick you up, but there's not a spare bedroom.
97.
Would you like to stay in a different one every night?
84.
I have been told in my ear that we do have
140.
the Frankie Howard.
147.
I won't say who said that.
Oh, Adam Lipscombe
40. Adam, you require 64.
to double the lead. Single 16 leaves tops.
44. Lee require 107.
Too many ton plus outs tonight. We've only had 3. Highlight being the
92. Adam, you
incredible
require 20.
132 from Steve West.
10. Lee require 15.
So to level this game up at 1 apiece. Well, that just sneaked in the single 7 there.
Game
But that
on the second leg. Lee
excuse
Budgen.
me, finds a double 4.
How often do you see that where the single is only just in
So like it's Adam to throw first.
and then pops the double? You're right over there, pal. You're going to
60.
pass. Do it quietly, please.
$180. 45.
2 more matches to bring you at the conclusion of this one. Willie Borland against Falon Sherrock. Now, Willie Borland
100.
relax now, and that may mean we see some of his best starts. So, could be a potential banana skin
60.
for Falon Sherrock. And then our final game, which could well be a straight shootout between Steve West and Adam Lipscombe.
100.
We know who Steve will be cheering on in this one.
55. Lee require 121.
57 is in the
57.
position that if Lee wins this one and Falon loses,
95.
she's still
He
through.
requires 64.
An incredible set of scenarios here.
Had that scenario with Matt Clark last week.
48.
Unlucky, but he's going to return. Lipscombe all the way back in 186. He's had a bit of an off leg here at the worst possible time.
$78. Lee requires 16.
So 2-8 for Budgen.
No score.
He didn't
And
want
you
16
require
like that.
108.
And so 108 for Lipscombe for a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, we're not playing that silly soft tip game here.
I'll let you deal with the comments after that.
54. Lee requires 16.
Wow.
Games on the
absolute
third leg.
Bus ride
Lee
away, but
Budgen.
Lee Budgen gets it done with a break of throw. 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Lee to throw first. Game on. $58.
Budgen has only lost on 2 occasions so far. Both
28.
against Steve West, who may not qualify.
Still
60.
feels just a crazy scenario.
180.
Adams first of the match.
And
85.
he needed that just to kind of stem the tide a little bit.
Yeah, it's back-to-back legs, isn't it? For Lee.
40.
Literally in and out.
$59. $75. $22. $78. $93. Adam, you require 100.
You are wanting to tune in to
40. They require
Champions of Champions tomorrow
124.
on Channel 5, the order of play. Thornton against Housen, a repeat of this year's World Seniors Championship. Ball for Budgen.
Game
Bully
on the
gets.
four flag. Lee
Just when
Budgen.
it looked like Adam might get back in the match. Pops in, 1-2-4 on the ball.
Fifth flag is Adam to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Thornton against Housen, then Cameron, the World Seniors Masters champion, against Kevin Painter. And then it's
140.
Phil Taylor against Leonard Gates. Then Martin Adams against the Golden Girl, Trina Gulliver. They've got a few world titles
131.
between them, haven't they?
Just the 13.
Shockingly combined,
140.
still not as many as Taylor. In fact, if you add Thornton's 2 World Seniors, it's still not as many as
134.
Taylor's 16. Tell you what, Phil is up against it tomorrow.
140.
Leonard Gates is in fine form, and he will be here next week, of course.
Will he be here with the silverware?
96.
Will be, the
Adam,
way
you
he's
require
playing in the
81.
minute.
It's a beautiful trophy yet again. That's one thing I have to doff my cap to the World Seniors Darts Tour. The trophies are just stunning.
49.
Very Grand Slam
He
of darts
requires
like, isn't it, that
140.
trophy they're using
Yeah.
this weekend?
Well, pretty apt, really, I suppose, calling it the Champions of Champions.
Might be a little task for all of you on Twitter. We were
32.
to have a
Adam, you
MODUS
require
Super Series
32.
trophy, and we're going to name it
Game
after
on the
one
fifth
person
leg.
as Lipscombe
Adam
makes
Lipscombe.
it 3-2. Who would you name that Super Series trophy after?
See if it's Lee to throw first. Game on.
Because there's so many different angles you can go with
58.
this.
Agreed.
Tell you what, send us a late night tweet at MSS Darts
59.
Twitter. At H_Deacon Media, and that's who you'd like to see as the name on the MODUS Super Series trophy.
81.
Martin Adams' commitment and efforts in the early stages played a lot for us, didn't they?
100.
I think that would be quite fitting. I don't believe there is a tournament named after Martin, is there? There
There
should be.
be. Oh, God, yeah, should there be.
76.
Well,
26.
the amount of times Robert Owens won this, maybe Maybe the Robert Owen.
You would never hear the end of it if we named it the Robert Owen Trophy.
34.
Oh, don't worry, he'd be here to present it. We wouldn't have to worry about booking him for that.
60. Leave 152. 96.
Well, Lee Budgen 56 points away from victory here, which would also send Falon Sherrock through because West and Lipscombe will play off in the final game of the evening. And so this is to send Sherrock through, but also to put Budgen onto 12 points and to really dent the hopes of Adam Lipscombe. But he is going to come back.
$81. Lee required 20.
2 10s for Budgen. Up for double 5. 1
15.
dart left, but 1 dart dragged just below.
147.
And can Lipscombe go loopy? Snooker loopy? Not quite on this occasion.
127. Lee required
Budgen
5.
is back for 5 for the match. 2s. Madhouse. Madness.
3. And required 20.
For 3-3 once again.
Never in doubt, was it?
So Budgen is back at the Madhouse.
No,
well, he wanted the double 5 the first time,
2.
not the second, Adam. 1 up. 1 in.
Game shot
And it
the
sends
match.
Sherrock through
Lee Budgen.
to tomorrow night's final. And so the final game of the session between Steve West and Adam Lipscombe is going to be a shootout for the final place in tomorrow night's final. Lee Budgen, a 4-2 victor against Adam Lipscombe. Wasn't a quality affair in terms of the averages. The 1-2-4 finish was the highlight moment in there. We're going to take a short break. When we return, it's going to be a final game this week for Willie Borland as he takes on Falon Sherrock, who we now know is into tomorrow night's final. And so that will be coming up with us after this short break.
Right then, we've got a straight shootout in our final game of the night to determine whether Lipscombe or West will make it through to finals night. But someone whose position is already secure is Falon Sherrock. She joins Adam Hunt, Tony Wood, David Wazowski and Lee Budgen in the lineup for finals night. Willie Borland can't now make it. He's out of the running. And Falon Sherrock, of course, already through all of her games, have gone to last leg decider. So we're guaranteed a 7th leg in this one as well. Falon hasn't been involved in anything but in Group B. Can she sign off with a victory, though, and move herself on to 10 points? Let's find out and hand back over to Mason H.
Thank you, Abby. But we saw something which is as little spotted than the Loch Ness Monster. That was a game not going full free. And Budgen got the better of Lipscombe 4-2. It was a
Okay, first leg is Willie to throw
surprise.
First. Game on.
Oh, and Binks as well. He's had probably the busiest shift that any referee's ever had.
57. $140.
Looking at the
60.
possible amount of legs that we could have played and have played, it's just incredible. Shows how tight this group has been, though.
100. $60.
Amazed at the ability of Lee Budgen just to keep finding a way to win.
There's a saying in sport, the winners make it happen. Sherrock's making it happen here at the beginning of this match.
60. Falon, your record, 81.
11 dart to start.
$56.
Didn't have to go for the ball, but elected to anyway.
$60. Falon, your record, 25.
2 8s.
17.
A little bit like Russ Bray there, Owen. Very gruff.
140. Falon, your record,
To miss now. Does like this side of the board.
Game shot on the first leg. Falon Sherrock.
Well, it didn't matter what the camera angle was. We were not going to see that dart, were we? That was how obscured the bed was by that first dart there, which just shows how good a second dart that was at 2-2.
Yeah, she had the top corner to aim at and found it. So, just for confirmation,
140.
Adam Hunt, winner of Group A. He's in
99.
tomorrow night's final. Tony Wood and David Wazowski, first and second in Group C. They're in the final. Lee Budgen's there. Falon Sherrock's there. And our 6th and final player will be decided in our final match of the session. It's a straight shootout between Steve West and Adam Lipscombe.
49.
Another idea regarding the trophy from Elaine Kearns. We've had the Sid Liddell trophy, but could potentially name one after either John Gwynn or Nigel Pearson. That would be fitting.
60.
Yeah, Gwynny and Nige, both great broadcasters, and some of those memorable moments with their voices as the soundtracks to it.
152.
Although there's one idea which I told you about in the advert break, which you
60.
quite liked.
Will he require one?
No, I didn't. I said I was very humbled, but no.
68.
So
Falon,
we'll see this leg to a conclusion before we talk about that. So it goes the bullseye route for the 92, which
How
means...
much can she see of the ball? This would be on par.
61.
Steve West
Will he
a little
require
earlier.
40? Game shot on the second leg. Willie Borland.
So 11 it is at 1 apiece now. We had a message from PDC Pro Tour card holder and friend of the show, Brian Raman, who's responded in
Former WDF #1.
WDF #1.
95.
Major champion on that side of darts as well. He said, definitely Mace the Ace. He has been the story of the MODUS Super Series. Mace winning the Ace trophy.
43.
Thank you very much, Brian. Always liked you, pal. And good luck for the rest of the season.
180.
TV pundit out in Belgium as well is
Is that
Brian,
right?
yeah.
Good man. To the dance though,
83.
pal. Don't want you coming after my job.
We're happy enough here, Brian. You just go and throw the pointy bits.
90.
Yeah, go and earn yourself millions.
Me and you will just talk about it.
90. Will he record 136?
Maybe could call it the
43.
Commentators Cup and list all the great commentators that are no longer with us.
Will he record 93?
Put their name all the way around, each one of them, all around the best, all around the base. Nigel Pearson, of course, very much like Dave Lanning, and another great, no longer with us. Also was a Speedway commentator, same as Dave Lanning.
60. Will he record 32? Game shot on the third leg. Willie Borland.
Will you be thinking, what? How come I couldn't hit any of these doubles this easy earlier?
It's funny what happens when that
Falon to
pressure
protest.
of the
Game on.
moment exasperates.
Yeah, exactly. There's evidence in abundance.
100.
Well, this is a dead rubber match, but our next
45.
one has it all on the line. Steve
Well,
West against Adam Lipscombe.
There's many great examples of that being proven in sport, and it's very much when you see a start of a
60.
match and someone just goes miles in front, and the other player just thinks, well, that's it, it's all over, I'm out, and they open their shoulders and play with freedom, whether it be
48.
snooker, darts.
$100.
Much as it's about ability, is much between the ears than anything else.
140.
Golf, another example.
Golf, especially the other way round, where it's someone in front that feels the
140.
pressure when it goes to the back nine and Augusta. We saw that famous,
Van der Velde, wasn't it?
and of course recently that
58.
famous
Falon, you
one
require
from Jordan
101.
Spieth at the Masters. Sure, me and Paul Nicholson will be having some conversations about that in the commentary box
80.
next week.
Well, it was a topic that Murph just sort of asked me, do I
21.
think
Falon,
pressure
you require
affects
21.
performance? And I was, of course. Well, she was looking for 5.
Game shot on the
Matters
fourth
not.
leg. Falon Sherrock.
Pops that one in for a level game.
Fifth leg, it's Willie to throw first. Game on. 96.
There's also another suggestion about a potential Champion of Champions tournament. Now,
97.
we are most definitely looking into that possibility in some way, in some guise, as the
Well,
illusion continues.
I have been reliably informed to
96.
watch this space when we do have 12 Champions Week
58.
winners. There will be a Champions of Champions.
It will be quite the
59.
occasion, we have been told.
Oh, well.
140.
We're already clamouring to book ourselves in for that one, aren't we?
Be locking that door power, won't we? The week before.
Oh, it'd be crowbarred.
180. Willie Borland, 110.
A nice guy for the treble 20, but moved across for the 18s. It's a shout now. 70 for the breaker
Requires
throw and a 3-2
70.
lead.
It's almost earned the right with that max. There's the 54. Other side of the board.
Game shot on the
Pins
fifth
it.
leg. Falon Sherrock.
As if it was a surprise. And so 3-2 Sherrock leads. Been a leg of the match
Fifth leg is
with the
Falon
darts
to throw
here.
first. Game on.
Mine coming up after this. Steve West, Adam Lipscombe. Winner goes through. Now the bookmakers have Steve West as a heavy 4-9 favourite.
58.
Adam Lipscombe, the 13-8 outsider to claim the points in that one. The crucial points that will see our finals feel set fair. That is
120.
incredibly unlucky. It's not the first time tonight he's had two trebles in the bed, and the final one sprang out.
The dartboard has taken
45.
a battering, mainly due to the fact we've played so many legs on it.
59.
Played so many legs and had so many maxes. If the treble 20 was a living organism,
140.
the RSPCA would be coming round and they'd be shutting this place down.
98.
Bad. 32 180s tonight.
100.
We had 31 with 6-player field on
85. Falon Sherrock,
Monday. I
158.
thought that was going. Another one of those. 54 for 24.
98. Willie Borland, 139. 99. Falon Sherrock, 60.
Tops for the match for Falon Sherrock.
20.
Both on the wire.
99 was Willie's score.
Going through some.
I was reading something then. What happened to Falon? Did she? Oh,
Willie
there we go.
require 40. Game shot on the sixth flag.
Well, we're going all the way
Willie
again,
Borland.
folks. Well, perhaps we're not surprised. The ironic laugh and
Seventh
smile.
and final leg is Willie to throw first. Game on.
Just going back to the 180 points. This morning we saw 16 and 15 games.
58.
Wow. Twice as many. And we've still got a game to go with the most prolific of 180 hitters
56.
in this group, Steve West.
Well, I guaranteed at least 3 maxes from him, aren't we?
100.
What he does.
Exactly. Steve West just doing Steve West things.
100.
Well, Falon likes a first.
55.
Go on, H.
Falon Sherrock's 8 games in this group have all gone 4-3. Have all gone 7 legs. Never before
41.
has that been done in the entirety of a group at the Super Series.
60.
We've been getting our money's worth with Falon the last couple of days.
Yeah, if this was pay-per-view, you've done all right.
There's no YouTubers here, so it won't be.
135.
If Phil Bars was playing, different story. Phil against Gob, then we'd be charging 20 quid for it.
140.
Trouble 19. Ooh.
99. Willie require 88. Game shot and the match.
And Willie Borland sees out a
Willie Borland.
4-3 success to end his Super Series week on a high note. We've seen some good stuff from him over the course of the past 5 days, but for now he will depart the scene here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. We are sure to see him again one day very soon, but for Falon Sherrock, well, the next time we'll see her is tomorrow night as part of a bumper finals night field. Well, there is just one final place now to seal amongst our Super 6 for qualification for tomorrow night's finale, and it all comes down to our final match of the evening. It is a straight shootout. It is winner takes all between Steve West and Adam Lipscombe after this short break.
So then it all comes down to this for a place at finals night. Adam Lipscombe against Steve West. This was, of course, our first match in Group B, and it was Lipscombe who got off to a winning start. One of very few games that didn't actually go the distance, both with steady mid-80 averages in that one. How big a part will nerves play in this one, I wonder? It is Steve West who currently occupies that third spot because of leg difference, but that won't matter one bit come the end of this match. Only one of these two can make it on to 8 points and qualify alongside Falon Sherrock and Lee Budgen. Who will it be then? Predictions, please, chaps.
Well, answers on a postcard. I'm going to have splinters, Abby. Late night splinters.
Oh, matchsticks, because they're the only things keeping my eyes open.
Well, what we do have is a late night tungsten treat for you. as Steve West takes on Adam Lipscombe, and this is for the final place at tomorrow night's finals. We know the 5 other players who are going to be there. We're going to see Lee Budgen. We're going to see Falon Sherrock. We're going to see David Wazuki. We're also going to see Tony Wood in action alongside Adam Hunt, who, of course, all the way back on Wednesday was the first player to book his path into finals night.
First. Game on.
And so, who thought when these two threw the first arrows at 10 o'clock last night that these would be the most crucial darts of the group to decide who is going to be the last player through to finals night?
Well, pretty much suggested
100.
it had every potential of going to the wire, and well, that's exactly what we've got. Adam won this tie. It was the opening match of the session. He won it 4-2 with an 84.18, and a rare match, Westy didn't hit 180.
95.
Adam had the only 180 of the game. So far tonight, it has to be said, he's looked a different player to the one that opened the show.
Steve, you require 170
on Thursday night.
He doesn't have to go for the bull.
145.
He will go for the bull, and he wasn't too far away.
$60. Stevie required 25.
Let's go for his shots. Always has. Real committed player.
Game shot on the first leg.
That's a beautiful
Steve
start.
West.
15 dart hold. 3 more of those.
Second against Adam to throw first.
Home and hosed. 1 place remains
81.
in the finals tomorrow night. It's the winner of this match. If you want to join us, it is an absolute stellar lineup tomorrow night. Tickets
43.
are free. You just head over to dartshop.tv, reserve your ticket, turn up at 6:30ish, pick up your ticket at the door, and come in and enjoy
96.
a night of tremendous tungsten. I don't think it can disappoint tomorrow night.
I think we're going to see something a little bit special tomorrow night.
35.
It's got that type of feel towards it. And if Adam Lipscombe qualifies, well, you'll be seeing plenty making their way down to the live lounge, the local home favourite.
A place I've never heard of. Porchester.
I have been
100,
reliably
and
informed that the
144.
Porchester Massive are still tuning in at the Wicker Mill. And I believe they've dispersed into various houses. They'll be watching on a couple of cans.
126.
That nowadays, mate. Chill out. Just envious.
Is that because Spoons is shut now?
137. Adam, you require 18.
For 1 apiece. 2 4s.
14.
That could be a
Stevie
seismic
required
error
86.
for Adam Lipscombe.
86 for the steal. Single 18. Ball. Can he hit it this time?
61.
Oh, he's going
Adam,
around
you
it like
require
a
4.
second hand on a clock.
Game shot on the second leg. Adam Lipscombe.
Oh, we know what's happening, don't we, mate?
Right, we'll see you all in a couple of legs' time.
Third leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on.
He's had 2 darts at the ball. Both the thickness of a wire away.
140.
First leg anyway, so irrelevant. Had that ball gone in. 2-0 up with a break. May have been in
85.
cruise control.
Well, Adam Lipscombe was in the crowd last Saturday night, as was Steve West. Adam said to me that one of his ambitions here is to be a part of a Saturday night final, to see what it's like in front of a crowd, to bring his friends along with him.
11.
But is the occasion beginning to get to him? the magnitude of what he could achieve.
Well, I've seen enough already to know that he doesn't make
60.
it here. When he gets another opportunity, he's going to be in the mix again. He's in the mix here in a very tough group.
100. Stevie Rock 124.
1-2-4 for West.
Double 8.
Game
Beautiful.
shot in the third leg. Steve West.
177 the leg and a ton plus checkout for a 12 dart.
Fourth leg is
Ball to
Adams to
throw.
throw first. Game on.
And then an average after 3 legs of 105.57.
140.
And he needed to put in a big average. He's done exactly that. I mean, Adam Lipscombe is averaging a shade under 90. He's not done much wrong. He's only missed a couple of darts at
95.
double in this match. Had to tread the cover. Finds the cover on the 19s. Well, for a deciding match, for a game of this ilk and this importance, we're seeing some quality stuff. Sometimes it can be quite nervy, quite edgy, quite tight. Well, it's been exactly the opposite.
140.
Oh, that was attacking. That was brave. If West all the way back on 2-7-2.
We have the potential to leave a double after 9.
36. Adam, you're recording 44.
An 11 darter to make it 2 apiece. Acapulco
Game shot the
going a
fourth leg.
loco.
Adam
And it looks
Lipscombe.
as if we're going the distance. The Group B final qualification spot,
Fifth leg, it's Steve to
perhaps
throw first.
typifying
Game
the group as a whole, looks set to go the whole hog.
Winning legs in this match 15, 16, 12 and 11.
26.
Ooh, and the first mistake in the match offers up an opportunity to this man.
140.
Seized upon by Lipscombe.
Instantly punished. Well, he's not at a 180.
180.
He really, really needed one there.
And now it's
30.
Lipscombe's turn to slip.
Did West force the error? Can't leave a finish.
133.
This is as good as he could do.
80.
6 darts at 162 to go within 1.
Been an excellent response from that 26 start for Steve West.
122.
Well, incredibly, a 26 start, and he could still go out in 13 darts. Which would
100.
be 10 dart,
40.
475.
Game shot on the fifth leg. Steve West.
Wowzers. The quality continues.
And so the task now for Adam
Fifth leg
Lipscombe is
Adam to
quite
throw
simple.
first. Game on.
There's 2 legs potentially left in this match, and he has to win both if he is to progress his way through to tomorrow
100.
night's final. Kicked off a ton here. This is the one with the darts.
The averages here, gotta have a look at them.
96.
And that is equally as impressive in a
140.
high-pressure environment.
It's one of those games you actually feel sympathy for the person who's going to come out of this the wrong side. Because they
100.
could do no more in this scenario. They've given absolutely everything,
92.
and yet they come out defeated. Lipscombe hoping he might have a chance in this 169 to lay up, but have a look at that for
162.
set-up play for Steve West. Leaves himself on a finish for the match, and Adam Lipscombe now has to leave something handy, has to find a treble.
26.
He comes up dry,
Steve,
and so it's full
143.
advantage Steve West, both on 143. And it's he with first poke.
91. Adam, you require...
And sets it up nicely. This could be to save your Super Series skin, Adam Lipscombe. But the 1-4-3 won't go. And so Steve
57.
West...
Stevie required 52.
...is 52 points away. He has 2 darts in his hand at double top. And he only needs the 1. And it will be Steve West who sets 4th into the final. Adam Lipscombe played superbly well in that game. He averaged just a shade under 93. But Steve West, take a bow. Save the best till last, Steve West. 105.5 the average. A 1-2-4 high checkout. 4 out of 7 when it came to the doubling. That was some performance to book your place into tomorrow night's final. Hard lines has to go to Adam Lipscombe, who has played superbly in this group. It was unlucky for him not to make it through to the final. And so now we know the Super 6 will make it through to the Super Series finals. Steve West will join Lee Budgen, Falon Sherrock, David Wadzicki, Tony Wood and Adam Hunt in tomorrow night's finals. Let's head up to the balcony to get all the reaction with Chris Mason, who's alongside Abigail Davies.
Thank you very much, H. What an incredible display there. The highest average that we have seen all week. In that sort of pressure situation, he had to draw on every ounce of experience in that one, didn't he?
Yeah, remarkable. Just a remarkable end to a remarkable group. One of the most exciting groups I can remember commentating on. We still didn't know who was going to come through in second spot with 2 games to go, and yeah, all the way down to the wire. Got a feel for Adam Lipscombe, who really tried, gave it absolutely everything in the final game. Steve West just too good. 105.58 in a game he had to win.
Yeah, let's have a look at the league table then. Confirmation of the 3 players to come through from Group B. Adam Lipscombe, not for the first time, so narrowly missing out on a spot in finals night. But Lee Budgen, Steve West and Falon Sherrock complete our lineup for tomorrow night. Of those 3 players, who do you see being the biggest threat tomorrow?
On that performance, Steve West. I mean, it was just, if he can find that kind of form tomorrow night. I mean, we've seen some big numbers from Adam Hunt. We've seen Falon threaten to produce some big numbers. And of course, Lee Budgen, a different type of player. He's almost like a James Wade reactive type player. Obviously not to that level, but he just seems to play what's in front of him and find a way to win. Yeah,
absolutely. And Steve West consistently delivering with the mid-90 averages yesterday as well. So really impressive from him. Let's have a look at the 2 groups going into finals night then. Adam Hunt, Wadzicki and Steve West in Group 1. Tony Wood, Lee Budgen and Falon Sherrock in Group 2. If you had to pick one to be in, if you were given a set of darts now, which one would you go into?
Oh, anything that didn't involve Falon Sherrock for me, thanks. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're both equally as tough. Tony Wood, very much like Lee Budgen. I had this conversation with Murph and with Henry. It'd be interesting if those 2 end up in the same group, because they're similar type players. They focus and try, they're methodical. And it's going to be interesting to see how those 2 match up. Yeah,
quite interesting as well that Tony Wood ends up in the same group as Falon Sherrock, because before the action got underway this evening, he actually came into the venue to get a selfie with Falon Sherrock, and now he ends up in the same group as her. But
well, he can watch them play on TV. That's way better than a selfie.
Absolutely. Adam Hunt, though, a final word on him, because the first player to book his spot at finals night asked him on Thursday whether he felt he'd benefit from having the 2 days off. You do feel that he's the type of player that won't bother at all?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, it's been a bit of a curse sometimes, but I presume, well, I'm hearing that he's been ticking over. That's the most important thing. I think where the players make the mistake, they get through that Group A and they just have a couple of days off, where everyone else has stayed and maintained their level. So as long as he's been ticking over, I think he'll be fine, but he is in a tough group.
Yeah, and he's been a bit like our very own Henry Deacon. You can't keep him away from this building. He's been in on Thursday and Friday as well. Just finally then, your winner for this week.
Well, I picked Steve West out on Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. and I'm going to stick with him.
Excellent stuff. Right then, join us from 7:30 p.m. for the start of finals night. It promises to be a thrilling night of darting drama. We look forward to seeing you then.